smile.
What's going down, fight fans? This is Spaniard, Northwest Fight Scene. I'm sitting here with Aaron Stark, Team Quest fighter. Just beat Jared Torgerson here at Cage Combat 4 at the Spirit Mountain Casino. He's back from a layoff, took some time off from 2009. It was a long layoff, and let me tell you, he was extremely excited to get in there because he was looking like a monster in that cage. He was extremely ready. He was tearing up his opponent. When he got in there, it took no time to get in there and sink a rear naked choke and get the victory. Aaron, you looked extremely happy and extremely ready. Tell us why that was and what it was that put the smile on your face.
Okay. Part of it is making me blush, but honestly, just being back in there and you know, like I said, I haven't fought. I think the last time I fought was like October '09, and that was in Finland. And I went into that fight on 3 days' notice. I was, give or take, 20 pounds over, so making that cut while traveling, and quite frankly, just not being ready to do it. And I think I just got into a rut. I had some personal stuff I went through, and you know, I was taking fights, and there's a big difference when you go out there and you're hoping to win. You know, like, geez, and thinking I better put it on this guy real quick, because I don't have the gas to go the whole time, as opposed to really being ready. And you know, I've been training with some really top-notch guys. One of my main workout partners, Brandon Pitts, fought tonight, and he won a tough decision. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. But also, you know, just lately getting in there with Chael Sonnen, Yushin Okami, you know, just in the last couple weeks. And when you fight with guys like that, you really start to, you know, you can kind of place yourself amongst the mix and say, where am I? Well, you know, I'm not just staying with, but I'm going very even with, winning some rounds, losing some rounds, with, like, just say a guy like Yushin, who's going to fight Anderson Silva, who's, depending on how you rank him, at least, you know, bare minimum top 5 middleweight in the world. And obviously I'm a 205 pounder, but he's a big middleweight, and you look at that and you go, yeah, I'm ready to go, and gives you a lot of confidence to go out there and do it.
Now, being in there tonight after such a long time, how'd that feel?
It felt great, you know. Everybody hears about ring rust. I think the first thing you do is you can't let that enter your mind, because you have to look at things in your life and say, what can they do for me positively, negatively, etc. Well, sitting around thinking about ring rust, if somebody can give me an excuse or a reason as to why that's good or why that would help them in a fight, I'd love to hear what they have to say, but they're wrong. I mean, you know, I'm a guy, I can get into some negative spots, but lately, and especially in the last year, I'd say, I've just been really trying to be, you know, and it's almost foreign to me, but be almost an excessively positive person. So I'm like trying to take a reformed B-type personality, if you will.
Now, after you got in there, you got the win and you dealt with so-called ring rust, if any. What's next?
What's next is on Sunday I'm leaving. I'm going to go and be a part of the Quentin Rampage Jackson camp. Going into UFC 135 for his bout against John Jones. I'm basically being brought in as a wrestling guy, you know, for the most part as a wrestling guy, but also as a general sparring partner. A guy that used to train at Team Quest. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of his name. Ryan Schultz. He's out there in Fort Collins, Colorado with Ed Herman, and they started a gym, and I went out there and saw them with Ian Loveland. We took a road trip out there, went and saw them, and then Ryan got the call to be Rampage's wrestling coach in Denver. He's training in Denver because they're going to fight at that high altitude, and as a result, I got the call. You know, I get to go out there, train with Rampage, be a part of that camp. And the best part is I'm getting paid to do something I do for free at home, you know, and also being a part of, you know, essentially, I don't know, my 3rd or 2nd and a half UFC title camp, and there's just a different era and a different vibe that goes with that. But after that, I'm looking to fight as often as possible, and pretty much for whoever, you know, the more money the better, obviously, but that's not my main consideration right now.
Man, well, that's awesome, and we really appreciate you taking the time with Northwest Fight Scene to talk tonight. Congratulations on the win. Anybody you'd like to thank for getting you to the win tonight?
No, I mean, you know, I have the typical crew, the teammates, the guys at Team Quest. I would also like to thank, though, I have a brother-in-law, Eric Taton, who's been helping me out. He's George Soteropoulos, is a wrestling coach. I've known him forever. Obviously, he's married to my sister. He's been a really big influence. And then I've got a friend that nobody probably knows, but Bob Plimpton, has nothing to do with fighting, but he's just helped me like get along with a lot of, you know, life issues and stuff like that, and he's been a real help to me.
Awesome. Well, hey, congratulations again on the win. Thank you very much for taking the time. You heard it here, Aaron Stark, nwfightscene.com in Spaniard. Thanks very much,
All right,
guys.
thank you.